Right guys, how are you doing? Hacked Single Figures here. Right, back at Howley Hall. If you watched the last video, you'll know that Ryan went through my stats for the season, looked to identify the weak points in my game, and started to look at and formulate a plan of where we go forward for the winter season and try and get my game into a good shape ready for next year. So I'm down here at Howley Hall, come see Ryan. He's going to have a look at my golf swing and we're going to formulate a plan and the things we need to work on for 2018 season. So let's go up to the Performance Centre, let's go see Ryan, get on TrackMan 4 and yeah, see what he makes of my swing and how we move it forward and what we're going to work on next. So let's get in there.
We're obviously seeing a bit of a pattern from 7-iron and 5-iron where the club face is tending to be a bit closed, right? Yeah. Now, if you've got it, say on that shot there, 2.6 degrees closed with a 5-iron, it potentially won't go as far left as if you've got it 2.6 degrees closed with a wedge. Yeah. Because of the loft that's on the pitching wedge, it can make it go hugely more offline, yeah? So we've really got to be consistent in that number throughout the set. So like I say, we're going to hit some shorter shots in a bit just to have a bit of a comparison of if the club face is as shut or it might even be open, you never know, as that, then we'll see some sort of pattern emerge. But really every shot that we've hit so far, so we've hit 2 5-irons there, both of which we would class as that as a pull hook, so it starts left, goes further left. 7-iron, we've hit the odd straight one, but generally they're erring on the side of being left of target all the time, aren't they? So we're kind of just pull hooking it around the golf course all the time, which can be one reason why we struggle to get the distance right going into greens, because these shots are going to come out with very low spin. I mean, if we're looking at that as a 5-iron, 3,600 RPM, that's very low for a 5-iron. That's kind of what I'd be expecting to hit a 3-wood, probably. Yeah.
You can tell by the sound it makes and the way it feels, it vibrates through your
I mean, it's carrying 171 and running nearly 25 yards there, isn't it? Which for an iron is absolutely not what we want. We want it to be landing and stopping within 10 yards, really. So this is something potentially we've got to work on. In order for you to hit more greens in reg, we've got to get a slightly higher ball flight potentially. The face slightly square at the target, and I think particularly getting that little bit more spin will help us to hold the greens a little bit more, and that comes from if the face is squarer, if we're attacking the ball properly, all those sorts of things are going to help the ball to sort of stay where it starts. Really, it's not going to have as much shape on. It's going to be a higher flight and land softer, which essentially is what we want with an iron.
So now we've looked at a range of different clubs in the bag, we can sort of see some similarities between technique. Now we've got a 7-iron shot here, just a random one that I've picked out, so we can see setup and everything's pretty good, posture's good. As we sort of click through the swing, let it play through, backswing gets into a fairly good position at the top. If anything, it's a little bit sort of laid off, really, we would call it. So you see the club there is pointing a little bit left of target when we get to the top. Now, generally what you see from there is that it's going to drop underneath on the way down. Now, I would imagine that's come from a lot of time spent trying to hit a draw, so trying to get that club to almost fall down and get underneath the plane to try and get it, you know, to try and get us to hit a draw shot a bit more, and we can see that a little bit. We're attacking it, you know, you can see how your body's a bit shut off the target there, isn't it? And the club's almost forced quite away to the right. So if we're looking at club path there, it's 5.2 degrees, so it's really pushing out to that right hand side. I'd like to see you turn your upper body and get that left shoulder out the way a little bit earlier to sort of square you up and let the club come through. What that's going to do is stop you having to manipulate the club with your hands quite as much, and that really in essence is why we don't hit enough greens in reg, because the club face is all over the place, isn't it? We can hit some right, some left, some low, some high, and it really does make it inconsistent. So if we can get that left shoulder moving better, we square the club up, we get through the ball better, and we maybe make that follow through that you don't like look slightly better. You know, if we just take that back a couple of frames, we can just see that as we come in through the ball, your sort of left elbow starts to just pop out that little bit, doesn't it? So if we just bring it back as we're coming through that position that we hate the look of, it's not too bad actually in that one. You've kept it in a little bit, but that left elbow starts to pop out a little bit early when we like to see it. So if we're turning your chest more through, your arms can extend a bit more towards the target, and everything just moves through as one a little bit more. So we're able to control the loft on the club better, but also keep it on target and get that club face nice and square. So really, I think we're going to be working on trying to sync your arms and your body up a little bit better, try and get you turning a bit more, and hopefully that's the answer that we're looking for, to hit more greens in reg and get that ball coming out a little bit straighter. But generally we're seeing that with every club in the bag. So as we hit through the ball, we get into a pretty decent finish position. Sometimes your finish can look a little bit short, can't it? And it kind of recoils a little bit sometimes when we get through. It goes over your shoulder and back down again. But I actually think that's pretty good. It's pretty Ben Hogan-esque position there at the top. So that's pretty good. Right, so we've got a little bit of a base of stuff to work on. You know, we've already said we're going to focus a lot on short game. But long game wise, this is where we're going to make it more consistent, getting that body turning better, delivering that club a bit more neutral down the target line. Really good start. Right guys, so there we go, first lesson done with Ryan. So I just had a look of my swing, and yeah, look at all the things we've got to work on. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up as always, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit it now, subscribe and follow me on this journey to single figures. Maybe you'll get some tips from my lessons too. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it guys, and thanks for watching. I will catch you soon.